Hi all. So today what I want to do is I want to explain what I mean by these addition and subtraction rules. So first, let's look at the subtraction rules. It says, in order to turn a subtraction problem into an addition problem, keep the first number, change subtraction to addition, and change the number after the subtraction sign to its opposite. Let's take a look at what that means. If I had 6 minus 8, what this means is I take the first number, which is 6, and keep it, change the subtraction sign to an addition sign. So as you can see, that minus goes to a plus. And then if you cover up that minus sign, everything that's changed so far, we'll notice that the 8 is actually positive. So since it's positive, we're going to change it to its opposite, which is a negative 8. So we get keep, change, and change. Let's look at another one. If I have negative 6 and I subtract a negative 8, I'll put parentheses around the negative 8 just to show that it's a negative 8. It's not 100% necessary, but it does help. Well, if we do that, then we're going to keep the first term, so the negative 6. We're going to change the subtraction to addition, and because inside the parentheses the number that follows was a negative, it will now become a positive. So that is how we use our subtraction rules to then go to addition. And so now we have to understand addition a little bit more. Our addition rules tell us that if both numbers are positive or both numbers are negative, then we take their absolute values and we add them together and then take the sign of the original number. So let's look. All right, those are different. So let's look at another example. Let's say negative 6 plus negative 8. So there's no keep, change here because we're already in addition. Okay, so what the rule tells me is because these are both negative numbers, I can take the absolute value of negative 6, which is 6, and I can take the absolute value of negative 8, which is 8. I can add them together. 6 plus 8 equals 14. And then I need to go back and take into account if the numbers originally were positive or negative. And they were both negative. So negative quantities building on even more negative quantities overall is going to give me a negative quantity. Okay? And that's the same with positive numbers. 6 plus 8, the absolute value of 6 is 6. The absolute value of 8 is 8. And 6 plus 8 is 14. Since they were both positive numbers, my overall answer is a positive number. The addition rules also state that if the numbers have opposite signs, so one's positive, one's negative, take their absolute values and subtract. Keep the sign of the original number of the bigger absolute value. So let's go back to these examples here. Here, there is addition between a positive and a negative number. So my rule says I'm going to take the absolute value of 6, which is 6, take the absolute value of negative 8, which is 8, and I'll subtract them. I'll pick the bigger number first. 8 minus 6 is equal to 2. And now I go back to the original number. I see that the bigger absolute value is here, and when I go back into the absolute value, I see it's a negative. So my overall answer is going to be a negative 2. All right, one more time. Now we have a negative 6 and a positive 8. Again, the absolute value of negative 6 is 6. The absolute value of 8 is 8. Because one was positive and one was negative, again, we're looking right over here, we do 8 minus 6, which gets us 2. Now, when I go back to the absolute values, this one was bigger, and originally in the absolute value, it's positive. So our answer is a positive 2.